Bam. All right, that should be that should work. Okay, so here's the thing. There was a mic working now? I guess the mic is working. Okay, so a lot of things are going on today, man. So according to Twitter, well, all news happens, by the way. All great news happens on Twitter. According to Twitter, the Biden administration has ordered banks not to deny loan applications for illegals based on citizenship status. The admin has warned that denying these loans would be discrimination. Now, according, once again, to the great people at Twitter, this was brought to my attention, and I have to say that I agree. In order to get a loan, you got to prove your credit worthiness, right? We've all seen everybody from grandma to Aunt May from Peter Parker to yourself or me be approved or denied loans based on your credit history. They'll tell you things like open small amounts of credit, see if you can get a department store credit card, pay the minimum every month, show your credit worthiness, and that's how you get a loan. But not for these immigrants. According to the Consumer Finance Department at gov.com, the ability to repay qualified mortgage rule requires a creditor to make a reasonable, good faith determination of a consumer's ability to repay a residential mortgage loan according to terms. Now, here's my question.
If it's a lie, then we fight on that lie. But we gotta fight.
Let me take that off. Here's my question. My question is,
If it's a lie, then we fight on that lie. But we gotta fight.
yeah, we're gonna kill that. So, my question is, what's the determining factor here? Now, the funny thing is, one of the biggest cities affected by this rule is Chicago, and one of the activists in Chicago has something to say about this particular situation. So let's check out what Mark Carter had to say about this situation.
Message, and we asked Trump to come to Chicago, come here and walk these streets with us, and we'll put thousands behind him as he walks the streets. And that's a fact. That's a promise.
Fantastic. We're going to pitch that to him.
Hey, we sent it a direct message, and we asked Trump to come to Chicago, come here and walk these streets with us, and we'll put thousands behind him as he walks.
Irony of life. I am from Chicago. Fortunately or unfortunately, I am from Chicago. So, and I go outside. So I just happen to know of a lot of these guys. And Mark Carter has been doing his activism thing for, I don't know, the 15 years I've known he exists. So probably longer than that, maybe 20, 30 years. And during the course of that, and I don't have a problem with him. I've met the man a couple of times. Um, he's been nice enough to endorse the No Shore Organic product. Shout out to that. I don't have a bad thing to say. And he'll be a guest on the show sometime soon. Make sure y'all like and sub, man. Like and sub. It's in your heart. Donate to the daycare. Donate to the show. Now here's the thing. I wanted to know. I wanted to know. Has he always had this view about Trump? Like to see Trump as savior, maybe? Lack of a better term. And so I actually went through his social media up to 2017, around the time that Trump got elected. I tried to go to 2016 to that election, but there wasn't anything there to see how he really feels about Trump. Is this some new thing? Because all of a sudden, all type of minority groups are like, "Oh my God, Donald Trump! Oh my God, Donald Trump!" Say was Donald Trump. Please help us. But first, he was a racist, which is crazy because he was like the most beloved rich white man all the way through the '90s. And I wanted to see if his opinion changed. I can honestly say that it has not. He has always been a Trump supporter. Yay if you like Trump, boo if you don't. But he has always been consistent in his viewpoint on this. There is a small clip that's got an hour 40 stream. We're not gonna watch an hour 40 minutes. I'm not gonna be here for an hour 40 minutes. But there is some point, and I want to share 30 seconds of this hour and 40-minute stream to prove the point that he has always been anti-sanctuary city and pro-Trump. Pro-America. I don't want to say pro-Trump. That sounds hyperbolic. Pro-America.
What's happening across the country is pretty much the same thing that's happening here in the city of Chicago. I mean, this thing is nationwide. We have the same issue. And he was asking the sister, or I guess he was making a statement to her to let her know that nothing is more important than the black agenda. The LGBT fight, the black and brown fight, all these different things. Nothing is more important than the black agenda. But again, I go back to my question. Have we been brainwashed? Yes, we have. We were even brainwashed by so-called the first black president, who said that, yes, we can, but we saw no results. Brainwashing, 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 brainwashing. Last night, the mayor of the city of Chicago was on TV.
Let's pause. This is from 2017. The mayor of Chicago in 2017 was Rahm Emanuel. It wasn't even Lori Lightfoot yet. It was still Rahm Emanuel, who was the former cabinet member, cabinet secretary of Barack Obama, who Barack sent from the White House to come to Chicago and illegally get resident qualifications so he can run on a rigged election to be the mayor of Chicago while his buddy Obama was in office. So this whole thing has been an inside job the whole way through, all the way through from the Obama administration. As a matter of fact, Trump is just a bump in the road. This would have happened under if Biden or Hillary would have been elected next. We would have been in World War III, and the immigrants would have taken over way before that. Trump is the reason that you see it. Anyway, but I digress. He's talking about 2017. He's talking about Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who was the right-hand man of Obama. So I don't want you guys to think that he's talking about Brandon Johnson. This is a video from 2017. I'll bring it back a little bit for context.
We've been brainwashed by so-called the first black president, who said that, yes, we can, but we saw no results. Brainwashing, 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 brainwashing. Last night, the mayor of the city of Chicago was on TV, and he was touting on and on, going on and on and on about the immigration and how his family were immigrants, and how Chicago is a welcoming city. They asked the mayor, was Chicago a sanctuary city? And his response was, yes, it's a sanctuary city, but I like to call it a welcoming city.
Let's pause it right there. Once again, video from 2017. People have been railing against the sanctuary city thought well before Biden got in and let the migrants in the door. Biden let the migrants in the door. So, here's the thing. Let's go to 2019, is it? 1 second, let it load up. I'll tell you exactly when it is. 2021, May 3rd, 2021. We're not going to play this entire video either because it's 30 minutes, but we're going to do the first 45 seconds because I want you guys to understand the energy that is going on with this migrant situation. This is not a brand new thing. It just made the news this year, but people have been fighting against this migrant thing since 1985 when the Mexicans came in first. People have been fighting against these migrant things. So let's check this out. This is Paul McKinney in front of the Thompson Center, which is our state center. It's right across the street from City Hall, but this is the Thompson Center. I think it's the federal building. No, it's the state building. That's where you get your driver's license, stuff like that. So they're right in front of the state building, the Chicago office location of the Secretary of State. Let's go.
Right now, I'm down here with a lot of the black brothers and sisters about Office of New America. Office of New America is a program that was put in place where the mayor and the president are giving immigrants 100,000 jobs. This 100,000 jobs that they're giving them is based on the fact that none of us are getting nothing. That regular black folks ain't getting nothing. And so since they got Office of New America, they done gave these people reparations. This is reparations they done gave them. They done gave them reparations, but they ain't gave us nothing. They gave black people. So give us the same thing you gave them.
There's been a heavy sentiment that the migrants, the illegal aliens, I'm not calling them migrants, they migrated from where they at to live in a tent. That the migrants have come to replace the blacks, essentially black men. You know what I'm saying? Black women are dumb. They just vote for things that's against their best self-interest. They vote against family. They vote against employment. They vote against sovereignty. They vote against everything. That's why the Democrats love them and black folks love communism. That's why they never talk about anything but communist groups like the Black Panthers and the LGBT and the Democrats and the liberals. They are communists. The culture of black is communist. To be anti-heterosexual man. It is literally for just women, gays, and felons. And you see these heterosexual strong men attempting to fight back, but they got the wrong angle because they keep trying to fight with women. But $100,000 per immigrant. Hold on. For immigrants who tout information like, I am an American without papers. That is crazy.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Yeah.
Anyway, yo. So, that's the whole story. We got to fight back against this. Call your local legislation. Or, man, if that's the case, just go apply for $100,000 for yourself. At least you got a social security number. How they getting $100,000 with no social security number, no crib, no driver? What? Whoa. Right before I get out of here, let me say this. So the feds have taken over the Illinois Secretary of State, my G's. And they did that in an effort to let these illegal aliens get driver's licenses. That is bananas, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Remember when the Democrats were coming out and saying that you shouldn't have to have a driver's license or an ID to vote because black people don't have driver's licenses or IDs, which was absolutely fucking bananas because you need an ID card to go to the club, to drive, to get a job, to do all this shit. But all of a sudden to vote, and don't know color people got an ID, that's crazy.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Yeah.
When black people pushed back against that, then they took over the Secretary of State offices to give illegal immigrants driver's licenses and state IDs and voter registration cards to vote for Democrats to move your black ass out. And the poor white trash too. If you're a heterosexual man, we really in this together. This is not a race thing. We are in this together. As American heterosexual red-blooded men, we are in this together. And we need to band together to stop this. Like and sub on your way out the door. We got another show coming right after this where we're going to talk about the Colorado the Colorado voting decision against Donald Trump. We're going to come right back as soon as we shut this down. 3 minutes later, we right back here. I hope I see y'all for the second show. Man, thanks for coming to that Comedy Report.